What's up? It's Key back in the video with another video, and Claire's not with me today because today is all about me. No, but honestly, today, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna tell you guys about my coronavirus experience. I didn't really post about it. I didn't tell a whole lot of people that I had it because when I contracted coronavirus, I was in a very low place. This is just a transparency moment. I made a lot of bad decisions and I got into a really toxic situation. And just overall, I feel like me contracting coronavirus was really just a humbling experience. It was just a sit your down, okay? Sit down. You doing too much. You need to bring it down a couple of notches. Honestly, I feel like that's what it was for me. So more to the backstory. I literally got my feelings hurt, okay? This boy really hurt my feelings real bad. And it was literally this one weekend, he hurt my feelings, he shut out on me or whatever. And then the next couple of days, I found out I had coronavirus. And I had kind of started to feel like I see that this is not a joke. I started to know people personally who had got it, but all of those people were younger and they didn't have any symptoms and they was good. So this particular weekend, boom, get my feelings hurt, I'm sad, I'm home. And then a couple of days later, maybe 2 days later, I'm sick. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had went to work and I was at work, and mind you, I had a week off of work because I had came in contact with somebody who had coronavirus. And although I didn't have any symptoms, I thought it would just be selfish of me to go to work knowing that I was in the presence of somebody who had just tested positive. So, they gave me a week off or whatever waiting for my test results. So, boom, that Monday, my test results came back negative. So I returned to work that Monday. I'm at work and I had a panic attack. Now, I've never in my life had a panic attack. And so, I was standing at work and my chest just got super tight and I started to hyperventilate and I was so dizzy, I could pass out at the moment. And it was actually a customer at my register and I had to ask one of my employees, please, take this customer. And I go to the bathroom, I'm in the bathroom and I'm crying because my chest is hurting and I'm just stressed out. And I call my mom on the phone and I'm crying to my mama oh my gosh, I'm just so stressed out. This has just been such a traumatic weekend that I've just experienced with this guy. And I thought that I was just overwhelmed. I thought that I was overwhelmed, that day at work had been super busy. And so I really just thought that, I was overwhelmed. So boom, okay, whatever. Monday passed. Tuesday, I wake up and I had kind of a sore throat. So I'm that's weird. I'm at work and I'm just super fatigued and I'm super tired and I'm my throat's hurting and I have a headache. And I'm wow, I really do not feel good. My test just came back negative, but I was experiencing symptoms. When I left work, I went and bought a thermometer and my temperature was 101. So I was okay, yeah, you got a fever, you're sick. The next day, I woke up and I went to the hospital's urgent care to go get a test. When I got the test the first time, when I thought I was in contact with somebody, I literally waited, I camped out for a damn coronavirus test. So I was this time I don't want to do that. So I ended up going to the urgent care and I took that test. But that day, I felt super bad. That's when my throat really started hurting. That's when, the symptoms, the nausea and the diarrhea, honestly, I had all of the symptoms. I had the fever, I had the headache, I had the shortness of breath, the sore throat, I had the tightness of my chest. Literally, I had every symptom except loss of taste and loss of smell. So, okay, I go to the urgent care or whatever, and the urgent care is okay, but this, the results are not going to come back for 7 to 14 days. They were super, behind on tests or whatever. So I'm damn, you know, I'm not going to work. Like, I already been off work for like a week because I thought I had it because I was in contact with somebody, and that just came back negative. And so now I'm about to be off of work again. So the HR lady told me, like, you know, if you have a positive result or whatever, that will pay you for like 2 weeks that you have to quarantine. And so Monday is when I had the panic attack at work. Tuesday is when I was very fatigued and I found out that I had a fever. Wednesday, I went and got tested at the urgent care. Now it's Thursday. So Thursday, I was home. I was still sick. I still had all the symptoms. On top of the fact, y'all, that I just got my feelings hurt, like, for the first time in my life. So, like, I'm home and I'm sick, and I'm already, like, super emotional person. And, like, when I'm sick or I'm sad, like, I just feel like I need my family. Like, I need love and I need affection. And I'm just, like, my love language is quality time and physical touch. So the fact that I'm in Tallahassee, my family's in Palm Beach, like, now I think I have the coronavirus, so I can't go home. Like, this nigga just hurt my feelings. I'm home, I'm sad, I'm sick. Like, I was just in this box, okay? And I was going crazy. So the next day I go and make an appointment at the urgent care. And there, you know, they had me like drive up, and the first 2 tests that I took for coronavirus, they were super mild. Like, I was so scared from just the videos on Facebook and things like that, that like the test was gonna just hurt so bad. But my first 2 tests were very easy. Like, they took a little Q-tip and they swiped around my nose. They went a little up, but it was nowhere like, oh my gosh, they're in my brain. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. Like, it was just a little discomfort. That's it. But it was not bad at all. So we're at urgent care, and they're like, okay, like, you have all the symptoms. So the first thing we're gonna do is give you a strep throat test and a regular flu test to cancel those out. So they swab my throat and they swab my little nose with the same like Q-tip like thing, very easy peasy. And I wait about 15 minutes in my car, and they come back and they're like, okay, like, your strep test came back negative and your flu test came back negative. So now we're gonna send you to this other location that does the rapid COVID testing. So I get to this other location, and like, everybody out there is in like the hazmat suits, like, it's official, okay? And you can't get out of your car, so you're in your car. And so I pull up to like the man, and he's asking me my name, and I had to give him like my little paperwork and stuff that says, okay, like, I can take the test, because you can only take that test if you have symptoms and you test negative for flu and you test negative for strep. So I get to the man or whatever, and I'm like super nervous because like this time the needle, like the Q-tip thing, is super long. So he told me to sit back in the car and lean my head back, and literally like the Q-tip thing went in my nose and I felt it in the back of my throat. Like, and you know, it was pretty quick. Like, he stuck it in there and he pulled it out. Like, he didn't have to like do any wiggling or anything like that. But it definitely made me cough. Like, I was choking for probably about 5 minutes after he took it out. And it made my eyes water. So that was probably the worst test. I think that's the test that everybody was kind of seeing on social media and whatnot. And at this point, like, I know I have it. Like, I have every symptom for it. Like, I have coronavirus. I knew that I had it. So, you know, I pulled around, and they like put you in these designated areas, and I pull into the area, and they're like, okay, you gotta wait. So the lady comes up to my car after about 20 minutes, and she's like, okay, honey, like, you have coronavirus, go home and quarantine for 14 days and then get retested if you have to return to work. Like, that was literally it. Like, they give you this packet that has like coronavirus information on it, like, you know, use over-the-counter medicine to treat your symptoms, but you know, there's no like official medicine for it. So you know, overall, like, my symptoms probably lasted about 6 days. Like, around the 6th day, I started to feel a little better. I definitely still was kind of coughing up cold and whatnot. That was probably the worst part, aside from like the shortness of breath, because you never want to feel like you can't breathe. And one day, like, I was in here, my chest was so tight and I just was hyperventilating, and I felt like I was just literally about to suffocate. Like, that was horrible. Like, thank God that it wasn't bad. Like, luckily, you know, I didn't have to be hospitalized, but I just think that it's crazy how things happen in sequences of events. Like, I was not quarantining before I had coronavirus. Like, I was kind of just out here going where I wanted to go, hanging out with everybody and their mama. Like, I wasn't really protecting my space and my energy. And even before the pandemic started, just in my life, I was not protecting my energy. I wasn't protecting people that were around me. And it just created a lot of toxicity in my life. I have a very different outlook on life. Like, I don't want to make it sound super dramatic or like, oh, I just had this come to Jesus moment. But honestly, like, sometimes you just have to go through stuff. Like, everybody has to experience things on their own time. And like, you know, I feel like, you know, not to bring Jesus and religion and all of that into things, but honestly, I just think that, you know, when God keeps trying to teach you a lesson and you keep just being disobedient, and you know you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or in situations that he keeps showing you signs to get out of, like, he's gonna make you feel it. So just like with the situation with the dude, like, I had to get to a point where my feelings were hurt, that I had to say, okay, like, I have to stop this. And the same thing with COVID. Like, I was out here living my best life. Like, COVID, who ain't finna stop my shine, period. And then, you know, everybody else, young and, you know, healthy, they don't have no symptoms, but your girl get every symptom. Like, how that work? But, you know, I just want you guys to know, like, I made this video just kind of for my own self, to be transparent with you guys, and just to tell you that, like, COVID is not a joke. You know, we are young, we like to be out, and this is our new normal. Like, we have to protect ourselves. If you're going places and you're around people, protect yourself. It is honestly, truthfully, very important. Like, you know, there's a lot of things that they don't know about this virus. It's still a lot of things that they're trying to find out about it. And so stuff changes. Like, protect your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Protect it all, okay? Because you the bomb. No, I'm just playing. No, well, you are. But, you know, I hope that you guys, you know, learn a little bit about my story. And again, just stay safe. And stay tuned for more videos with me and my girl, because they coming. Okay? They are coming. So, thanks for watching my video, and we'll catch you in the next video. Mwah!